Welcome to just a quick review of a 2014 Nissan Maxima. I've owned this car for almost a year, and I've put a grand total of about 3,400 miles on it. I wanted to kind of talk about, I know a lot of people have gotten the impression that Nissan, especially with their transmissions, kind of has lost their way. And I will agree to a certain extent that the CVT transmissions really aren't that great. But they've done a little work with them over the last few years, and they've gotten to where they're not the most horrible thing in the world. And this car's maybe worth a second look to some people. This was the last of what I would call maybe the older generation. I believe it's a 7th generation. The new ones are a little funny looking, but a lot of people really like the look of this last year or last generation. So here's a quick look at the interior. One of the things about Maximas, I would say the best way to characterize a Maxima is if Lexus built an ES F Sport. It's got a little more horsepower. It's got a little bit better tuned suspension. This one has the sport suspension, so it's even a little bit tighter. As you can see here, I've got the paddle shifters. Yeah, they're a little gimmicky, but they are fun sometimes. And the nice thing is when you're on the highway or on a back road somewhere and you need to pass somebody, even if it's in full automatic mode, you can actually just click down a couple times and override the transmission and it'll take off. And one of the ways that Nissan has kind of repaired some of the damage they've done with this CVT problem is they've actually made the transmission, now it's a CVT, but they've made it so if you put it in sport mode, it will actually shift like an automatic transmission. It'll have steps, and it makes you feel a lot more comfortable that you're driving an automatic and less like you're driving a big motorboat. And it works quite well, as a matter of fact. These cars have a lot in them that even I didn't realize when I was looking for another car. They have a lot of interesting options. I'm going to start the car up. As you saw right there, the steering wheel is power adjustable. It has the memory, it's way back here in the corner, but the memory setup for your seat, your steering wheel, your mirrors, and your stereo. So whatever your preset stations are, things like that. So the steering wheel does telescope and go up and down. And then when you do that, now wherever I just put it, it's set to that. It does have the perforated leather seats, and the driver's seat is air conditioned and heated. It has the little blower in the seat. Then you have your dual zone climate control, the CD player that nobody needs, and your actual audio and control systems up here. So I can go through different things here and adjust different parts of this. I can go in and change different audio stuff. I can change the color of the display, the brightness, all sorts of different stuff. Here's the rear camera, and you can have it do a predictive course line, which is just set from the factory, and I've never turned it off, and I don't pay much attention to it. It also comes with these, which are kind of hard to see, but the dual pane sunroof. And you push the button and it opens on both sides, and then it can tilt up normal, or it can go all the way back. And because this is the all glass roof version, the sunroof is actually almost as wide as the car. And then back here, sorry about that, I have the rear sunshade. Which is great for the kids, as you can see. Also, when you have it in reverse, it does have a backup camera. There's the old Cadillac and Corvette. But also, what you'll notice here on the mirrors is they actually tilt down, Lincoln style, to give you a better view when you're backing up. Now, for those of you that don't know what course predictive would mean on a backup camera, it means when I turn the steering wheel, it's going to tell me where the car will end up or where it's heading based on the direction that the steering wheel is going. And that gives you a basic idea when you're trying to squeeze into a parking space and you're coming up next to a curb. It'll kind of give you an idea if you're going to clip the curb or anything like that. Another couple of technology things I guess it has. This particular car has the Bose sound system with dual subwoofers and I believe 9 speakers. I might be wrong on that, and that might include the subwoofers. I'm not sure. But a lot of people bag on Bose. They aren't like as high end as they used to be. And they can be a little chintzy in the car arena, but this sound system actually sounds quite good. I don't push it very far, but it's got an immense amount of bass. It's a system that has a speaker in the center of the dashboard that's supposed to focus the sound for more of a stage style sound. And then it has speakers in all of the doors and more speakers on the dash, speakers in the rear. This car also has the keyless go. I actually kind of find it funny. The other day I was watching an episode of Jay Leno's Garage, and he didn't know what the button on the handle is. The guy owns 300 and something cars, and I guess he doesn't really own anything modern enough to have keyless go, but that's this button here. You push it, it locks the car and sets the alarm. You push it again, it unlocks the car. Push it a third time, it unlocks the rear doors. And inside the car, obviously, you have push button start, no key. It does actually come, obviously, with a backup key. Let me turn this off. So you have the key fob, and that's your wireless key fob. Come on, phone. And then on the back here, you have a little lock, and you undo that. And you have a key hidden inside the fob for emergencies if the fob actually goes out. And if the fob goes out and the keyless go doesn't want to work, there's no ignition hole for the key to go into. So in that case, what it does is it reads the RFID or whatever inside the thing. You actually stick it in a little slot down here, right here. And when you put it in that slot, it recognizes that the key is there even if the battery's dead, and that allows you to start the car.